Welcome to Learning to Knit. I am Lucinda Segneri, founder of Segneri Designs. In Lesson 3, we will be knitting this gorgeous two-colored slouch beret hat together. It goes perfectly with the scarf and fingerless mittens that we knit in Lesson 1 and 2. For this project, you will need 3 skeins of yarn in coordinating colors, needles size 5mm, US 8 or UK 6 in bamboo, scissors, and darning needle. During this project, you will learn to knit a swatch for gauge, knit in 2x2 rib, knit in the front and back of a stitch, knit 2 stitches together, and pull yarn through stitches to gather. You will also review many of the skills you learned in Lesson 1 and 2. We will begin by knitting a swatch of 20 stitches and 20 rows in stockinette stitch. First, we will cast on our stitches using the long tail cast on method we learned in Lesson 1. Then we will turn and knit the next row. Now turn your work and purl the next row. You will continue in such manner, knitting one row, purling the next, until you've reached 20 rows. After completing your 20 rows, cast off your work. When you complete the cast off, you will not cut the yarn. You will instead pull a large loop loosely so that we can preserve the yarn and use it again. Lay your swatch carefully on a flat surface and using a stiff ruler, measure 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. You will count the number of V's to see that you have 4. Have less than 4 stitches, you need smaller needles. If you have more than 4, you need larger. Ensure that your hat is the correct size when complete. Now pull all of the stitches to reuse the yarn. In color A, you will cast on 80 stitches. Then you will begin 2x2 rib. With rib, you're going to knit 2 stitches, then bring the yarn forward between the needles and purl 2 stitches. Now bring the yarn back between the needles and knit 2 stitches. Continue knitting 2 stitches and purling 2 stitches to the end of the row. You will complete 4 rows in color A. This is what the rib stitch looks like after you've completed your 4 rows. It's a nice stretchy edge for our hat. Cut the yarn for color A, leaving a tail to darn in, and tie on color B. You will complete 2 more rows of 2x2 rib in color B. Now we're going to switch to 1 row knit, 1 row purl for the rest of the project. This will create the body of the hat in stockinette stitch. Every even row is going to be a purled row. In the beginning, we're going to increase the number of stitches we have on our needle through a process that's known as knit 1 front and back. So we are going to knit 9 stitches. Now we're going to knit 1 front and back. You insert your needle and knit the stitch as you have the others, then bring the needle around to the back and knit the back of the same stitch, then slide it off the needle. You will see that you've created 2 stitches out of the 1. Now repeat this process, knitting 9 stitches, then knitting another stitch front and back to the end of the row. Now you're going to purl the next row. We'll continue to increase stitches, continuing to knit, following the instructions that are written below. Once you've completed all of your increase rows, the knitting will look like this. Now we're going to begin our decrease rows using knit 2 together. Knit 2 together will create lines down the work. increase rows, you're going to knit the number of stitches that are written in the instructions below for the row that you're on. Then you're going to create a knit two together by slipping your needle through 2 stitches, not 1, wrapping the yarn and pulling it through. Then knit the number of stitches in the instructions again. Then knit 2 together by slipping the tip of the needle through 2 stitches, not 1, wrapping the yarn and slipping the stitch off the needle. For your next to last row, you're going to be knitting 2 together for the entire row. This will create the final 8 stitches of your project. Now cut the yarn, leaving approximately 2 feet or 60 centimeters of yarn. Thread this onto your darning needle. And beginning where the yarn is attached, slip your darning needle through the stitches on your knitting needle and slide them off. Now pull the yarn tightly to gather the stitches. You will want to pull this close tightly. Then begin seaming your work along the edge using the mattress stitch you learned for seaming in Lesson 2. When you reach the edge of the seam near the color change, you will want to tie off and darn in the end. Change your yarn on the darning needle to color A and seam using the mattress stitch. Now tie off your yarn and darn in your ends. Be sure to darn in all of your ends on the inside of your hat so that they are not visible. Now turn your hat right side out. You're finished! Good job! During this lesson, you knit your first hat, as well as learned how to knit a swatch to judge gauge, knit 2x2 rib, knit in the front and back of the stitch, knit 2 stitches together, and pull the yarn through stitches to gather. You have also reviewed the skills that you learned in Lesson 1 and 2. After completing these 3 lessons, you now have a nice matching set for winter.